Hi there, I'm Char, your friendly online tarot reader. I am so excited for this reading. Thank you for reaching out to me and allowing me to play with this a little bit. I am so stinking excited to share with you what I've learned. So what this is I would call this like an investigative reading. And thank you for letting me do a video for you on this. This is going to be available for you anytime you want to come back to it on my channel. Welcome. This is very, very exciting. So you are going to be client number 64. The cards that you chose for your reading is the Everyday Tarot. And I'm very excited to get to it. However, I am doing a reading today right now on a reading that came to my client's dream. And it is absolutely fantastical to be able to do this kind of analysis for you. I love doing this. This is something that I have only done for, a select handful of people. And this one just said, yes, do it. So here we go. Based on what you have told me, I have these cards before me so I can refer to them as we are going. And now I've done some investigating. And, you've done your own investigating as well. Obviously, the Ten of Cups is feeling really good, emotional satisfaction. Things are what you want. Traditionally, the Two of Cups is a mutual love, coming together, a fairness, and an equalness. The Lover's card on the back of it, the Lover's card, having love, commitment, human love, decisions, simplicity with that card. And then the Five of Pentacles on the back end of it, which is like feeling left out, a feeling of feeling left out, feeling like your needs aren't being met, feeling that nobody cares, feeling like you don't need charity, but there isn't any there and nobody's paying attention to your hurts or your needs. So that's standard reading, okay. So I have this amazing dream dictionary and I decided to have a look and see why this came to you in a dream. Not just about the reading. I don't just want to read about the reading. I wanted to investigate why. Boom. Love the book. So as we're going through, the cards actually total up to number 23, which reduced down to a 5. So if this is a reoccurring dream, there's a lesson to be learned here, and you're facing challenges. You're facing challenges due to losses. This is kind of what it says to me right now. The challenge is to be solution-minded about it, right? Not knowing what's going on. So when you are in the book, it says dreaming of cards, playing cards, because there's a little specifics there, signifies of insecurities. So as we're looking at these cards right now, that makes sense to me, because trying to break through that cycle, like if you look at 1 to 10 as a cycle, that 23, all these card numbers narrows down to a number 5. So that's mid-cycle. That's challenges. Here we are wondering what the lesson is, and having that message from the book saying these messages on playing cards. And while it doesn't specifically say tarot cards at this exact moment, the playing cards, we play with these, right? So it signifies insecurities. Now, underneath this book's definitions, dreaming of tarot cards specifically warns of a fascination of the sensationalist side of spiritual abilities. All right, so the wonderful showmanship, the flashiness of it, having those gifts and whatnot is there, but the purpose of having them is to go deeper than that. So really watch why you're wanting to further into a craft, into an exploration of what's going on there. And it may be some deeper discovery that's coming in with you. So the numbers on playing cards, according to the book that I am referring to here for dream interpretation, specifically each number has its own meaning in this book specifically. And so where the 10 of Cups talks about wishes and dreams fulfilled, this talks about closure. Number 10 in dreams talks about closure. And I think that maybe this is a sign for you to pay attention to this list of numbers, because it is presented to you in a form of which you understand. So it's literally, you've been asking the universe for messages and it's been dropping them off in your lap and you haven't been noticing them. And yet here we are. Here it is, very straightforward and laid out, but not exactly, I want to say translated into English as easily. Okay. So reaching out and doing that thing, I think was an integral part of this growth journey for you. So where we have the 2 of Cups, we're generally talking about equalness and fairness. With our numbers in our dream, we're looking at weakness. Okay, what is the weakness here? What are you feeling is not fair? What are your fears going into the forward and expectations? Are there expectations placed on other people that maybe they don't know they have placed upon them, you know what I mean? So as we go through number 6, the Lovers. The Lovers talks to us about fertility, spiritual choice, simplicity, decisions, commitment. Okay, but number 6 in our dream state is mental, emotional, and spiritual strength. So drawing on this self, the love for this self, to pull on all that kind of mental, emotional, spiritual strength that we have within us. Each one of us are spiritual warriors. And when we're faced with these problems, we go on this journey of seeking to find what the meaning is. Does this make sense? Is this who I am? Is this giving me indication about my purpose of life? And yes to all of that. These instances are just amazing. And I thank you for reaching out for advice in this aspect. I hope this is making some sense for you. It's going, aha, that I get it now. So we look at 5 in our dreams, the number 5. In the traditional tarot, this is feeling left out, feeling like people aren't seeing how hard it is and then not offering you a hand, when you should be asking for help. 5s in our dreams mean change. 5s in tarot mean challenges, sometimes from loss. Sometimes those challenges are in what we crave. We want something different, that we really want to do something different. We want to be somebody different. And that's when these 5s are coming in for those challenges and that changing. So the 5, it indicates change coming in. And so it might not be exactly what the tarot reading spread is, rather than what the significance of the symbolism in the dream is. So if any of this is making any sense to you, please let me know. I am going to do a quick read with the deck that you picked, and then I also have an in-between deck that has been fantastic, spot on, absolutely amazing going forward. So yeah, those are some key things that stuck out to me in our conversation. And those are some key things that I thought maybe would be informative to you, that might give you some clues on where to go next. Yep. All right. You know what? I've got the 7 of Swords here and the Judgment reverse that has come out. So the 7 of Swords is going to feel like there's been sneakiness or lying around. Somebody's kind of taking something from you. Don't be judgmental about it. With this Judgment card, I'm actually going into the book for the reversed, because it caught the chaos and the balance that happens while change happens is very personalized. It's very, like, Judgment also is number 20 in the Major Arcana. And as we're talking Major Arcana, that's stuff within us, right? So if there's that little bit of chaos there because we feel like people have been taking something that's rightfully ours, or like we've been excluded from things along the way. Judgment reversed. You may be troubled by your past actions and choices and their consequences for the present. Self-doubt and judgment are holding you back. So you are just so close to a major shift, you might need to get out of your own way. All right, I'm going to pull another card out here and see if there's any additional information from Tarot about this dream reading. This may be things that you need to be thinking about now even. How are you going to incorporate this knowledge that you have been given to go forward on your journey? Because you do, everything that you have is within you. And like you did, you just reached out with me today, having that time together is really important, and that will help take away that feeling of the Five of Pentacles, that feeling in the heart feeling, right? That feeling of despair. So being able to reach out to other resources that may fulfill your needs in this way is very helpful. So this was really good practice for you. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed coming in, and also the Knight of Swords. So this tells me that this isn't a fast journey going forward. There's going to be a lot of uncovering that's coming out of this, but we're not rushing into it. Usually with the Seven of Pentacles, we're stopping to take a moment of time to review what we've done, to have a look at the seeds that we've planted, to see where the plants that we've done are growing, and having this coming in. Yeah, so not fast at all, okay? Remember that? So having the Seven of Pentacles coming in, stop and review what you're doing. Are you questioning whether you have invested your time into the right projects? And if you will be adequately rewarded. You may feel frustrated or impatient, wanting instant results. And coming in with this Knight of Swords right here on the back end of things, instant results are not going to be what it is. I feel like this journey may take some time. And let's just see. Quick action has turned into impulsiveness and later regret. Look before you leap and think before you act. Your ambitious energy may be overwhelming and off-putting to others. So yeah, having a look at what's going forward. I know when we're on this spiritual journey and we're having these aha moments and these epiphanies and we're feeling really good and we're like, oh my God, I want to tell you about it, and you like, and all this comes out of your mouth at other people. That's what it means by the off-putting about it. So there's going to be a little bit of finding your own tribe with this. There's going to be a lot of self-exploration with this. Personally, I can share a personal experience about this kind of having review and the Knight of Swords moment. I've been on a runic journey that has just come to an end, and it has taken 2 years, and I didn't really know that I was as deep into this journey as I was until the rune came up, and I had this aha moment while I was meditating on it, and I'm like, I understand. And as I'm doing this research into what I'm learning and what I'm going into, it's all coming to me like a flood of warm knowledge. Like I've always known this, and like this cycle is complete. Like, you know what? This is that moment. This is that defining moment where I embrace this or I drop it and run. And so having that moment where I chose to embrace it, like that's that. It didn't happen overnight. I'm like, how long have I been on this journey? And I'm talking about writing poems and meditating and understanding and pulling and researching. And yeah, it was that. There is a definitive moment in that for me where, while it took a very long time with that Knight of Swords upside down, it did come, and the feeling that came within the emotions with it, I really drove the point home that this is that thing that is coming to a completion, that cycle that's coming to completion. So in regards to that change that's going on right here, let's talk a little bit about that. Crazy. All right. Crazy. All right. We're going to pull another card after this. So we've got the Two of Wands reversed. Again, that fiery energy is being suppressed. That horse is stopped. That horse is not trotting forward at full speed. So with the Knight of Swords, having these two guys actually come in here together is like a double pulling back on the reins. Like imagine a chariot. Whoa, horsey. All right, they're both saying, hey, we have to slow down. The Two of Cups here, and it's very similar to the Two of Cups. I'm putting this at the end of our reading here. Reversed, we're talking about things not feeling quite as fair or mutual or wonderful as it possibly could. I love Biddy Tarot. Being a little bit out of sync or out of focus with a loved one or close friend and need to reestablish a common ground for the relationship to continue harmoniously. You may be projecting personal issues onto this person without realizing it. All right? So that's just a note from the reading. I said I would do a reading over this one. This is what it came up as, and this is where I'm going to leave it here at our Two of Cups reversed. Just because, you know what? Sometimes we have to take those cups and we have to dump them out. Sometimes those cups get stagnant. Okay? Think of a smelly old pond, a swamp. That's stagnant water. It stinks. It's old. It's smelly. You don't want it. So sometimes we need to turn those cups upside down in order to fill them with the water from the eternal spring. So I have the in-between tarot here that talks to us about our transition period. And this is an absolutely fantastic deck as far as having an overview going about where a transition may be happening. So if you're feeling pulled one way or another, and hopefully something in this investigative reading that I've done for you makes some sense and sends you on this journey of enlightenment, on this journey of learning. I hope it sparks some passion for you, gives you some comfort with knowledge that you needed to know. And, you know, I'm always available in email too to talk about this. Or if you don't care who knows it, comments down below. These do become public after a certain amount of time. That's just so that other people can enjoy the reading and understand what the Soul Fam Collective reading is all about. So thank you for letting me read for you also. This has been very interesting. So let's see what our transition is here going into this, please. Yeah. So we're going from the Wheel of Fortune into Justice. So it's a very, very big transition. And I think this 5 here in Dreamscape Land and that change that the 5 in Dreamland talks about is really this referring to. When we get the major arcanas, it talks about personal growth. It talks about those spiritual endeavors, and having the Lovers here, I want to go on and say that we're even looking at self-love. We're looking at changing things to the better. Hermit to Wheel to Justice, and finding that balance. So let's see what Justice, luck, twist of fate, trial, outcome, and balance. And in the in-between concept is the warning to stay alert, which you are doing. Okay. This in-between stage presents a state of curiosity about the choices. This stage will make itself known where we are faced with the outcome of our choices, both good and bad. We may have been wandering aimlessly and never really paying any attention to our responsibility or any sense of direction. Or we may be wandering into forbidden territory. This card gives us a warning to pay attention, that we are doing the right thing and making the right decisions. Any wrong choices at this point are about to be brought to light. Justice is a dish best served cold, meaning it will often catch us unaware. Wow. And you know, the planetary correspondence with this card is Jupiter, and that is luck and confidence. And confidence is an amazing thing. Even going forth with a little bit of confidence about having an answer that you've been, to a question you've been seeking on, having that, wonderment of feeling like this adventure is taking off and you're so ready for it. Knowing that you can count on yourself to get the information that you need, knowing you have the resources and the tools to do so. So going from from the Wheel to Justice, where the Wheel of Fortune talks about anything happening, with the Justice card coming in, there is literal justice, there's literal balance happening. There's stuff that's going on where the wheel is like, okay, we are turning on so many different cycles really in each of our individual lives. And facing these sort of messages, I think, from the universe that are just so freaking blatant in a way that really grasps your attention. Going back, we've got closure, weakness, mental, emotional, and spiritual strength, and change. And that's exactly what this kind of cycle is talking about. And the Wheel of Fortune brings up that weakness and the mental and emotional and spiritual strength because of that cycle going on. So as you're on this journey, you're going to be given the answers that you're seeking, and just know that you have the strength within you. You do have the answers within you, but the universe is going to give you confirmations. Like, the confirmations are everywhere. I think trusting in the change and trusting that the universe has the best interest for you is really, people want to call it blind faith or faith even. Having that confidence that you can do this. And you know what, if you don't know how to do it, you have the tools and resources to find the help that you need to do it. So yeah, I'm really, thank you so much for coming to me and asking about this, reaching out, because this adventure has been amazing for me. And I really, really, really hope that it resonates something within you and gives you some answers that you're looking for, because a message from the universe is here as well. All right, bright blessings to you. Thank you for letting me read for you. And let me know where we have been communicating, what you think about this reading. It will be public in some time. I do have the playlist going on here and the live streams going on here. So I would love to see you guys there. And until next time, bright blessings. All right, you've got this. Mwah.